Craig and Jane Hamilton Parker's psychic powers are constantly in demand. As mediums able to contact the spirits of the dead, they receive calls from all over Britain. Today they're travelling to Essex to meet Hayley, a single mum who believes her flat may be haunted.
I've been getting weird feelings around the house, especially in the bedroom when I go to sleep at night. I'll just be laying there and like the whole of my body will just go stiff. It'll kind of feel like I'm in a coma. And then a few weeks ago, Alfie started speaking to a man in the bedroom. When the light's shining in the window, he looks up there and he says, the man's up there, he says, "Hello, man."
6 months ago, Hayley's partner Ross died in their living room from an accidental overdose. And her home hasn't been the same since.
Since Ross died, it's been really tough on me and Alfie, especially having to live here because he died in this room. So I would just like to know if Alfie is seeing someone, if it is his dad, I need to be able to explain that to him. This is the first time I've got someone round to find out about Ross, and I'm not going to let on that he's dead, obviously, because I want to know what feelings they come up with and if there is anything here, which I'm sure there is.
Never ones to shy away from a celestial challenge, the supernatural super duo have come to investigate further.
Well, it's not really what you normally associate as a haunted house, is it?
But will Craig and Jane see the spirit that Hayley feels sure is her partner? And can they put Hayley's mind at rest once and for all?
The feeling I'm getting straight away, I know there's children's things around here, but I'm getting feeling of lots of energies of lots of children. I don't know if she's thinking something about spirit children.
Walked past us.
What? Child?
Yes. Something just walked past us.
I didn't sense that.
Yes, it did. Something did walk in between us.
Jane's close encounter on the stairwell is an auspicious start to the investigation. But will Ross's presence be felt as they enter the flat?
Where Alfie always used to stare up at the corner, up here. He used to stare up there for ages. And just recently he started speaking to a man here in the morning.
Baby.
He'll be 2 in September.
Whilst Hayley fills the psychics in on her spooky symptoms, Jane picks up on Hayley's childhood.
It'll start with the tingling on the back of the head.
Talked about when you were a child, a baby. Did you really die?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I can see, looking around your crown chakra there, you nearly went over.
I think that was when I was first born.
That's right.
My mum found me in my cot and I'd stopped breathing.
Because it's going to, looking, you wonder what I'm talking about. Because as psychics we see like people's chakras and things, but I was drawn to your heart there because I was aware that it's not your time to go for a long while. Have you also been keeping a check on your son because you're frightened that the same thing might repeat itself? What happened to you? Because I do feel you've got a nice light and nice energy here and very beautifully protected. When I can't stop looking at you, I've never seen somebody with such a bright aura as you, because I see like a little girl in you.
With Jane's insights hitting the mark, Craig now makes a link with a male presence, but it's not the one Hayley was expecting.
I also sense when we came in a feeling that your grandfather might be close to you on the spirit side.
Yeah, possibly.
So have you sensed your granddad around you sometimes? Like more of a protective spirit?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's my granddad, but possibly a protective spirit.
Because there's somebody on the spirit side that went over with a chest condition, and he was a very good-humoured man, I want to say, with a good sense of humour, would crack a joke. He might have had some connections with lots of travel in his life, like going to sea and things, because I had senses of the sea around me, as if travel and the sea had been important to me.
Possibly.
Does that relate with somebody?
Possibly.
Yeah. And I get the feeling you might have had a name that might have been shortened, like you might shorten the name like William to Bill. Yeah. Would that be the right name?
Bill William, he was my granddad. He passed away a few years ago, so possibly that's...
As his celestial connection grows stronger, Craig starts to feel a sense of disturbance.
I've got to say there's been some violence around in the past.
Possibly, yeah.
And there's a lot of stress and worry around this something or other like this. I'm not quite sure.
There's a lot of energy going on around this house. Do you have lights flicker, or do you have fault with electrical things?
When I was upset a while ago, some of Alfie's toys would start going off. Twice that happened.
Psychokinesis, that might be from your energy field.
Having connected to the energy of Hayley's home, Jane's paranormal perception draws closer to her dramatic past.
Have you been wanting another baby for some reason? But a little bit frightened too, because I thought you had some kind of trauma with this little one that came into the world.
I would have maybe liked a baby towards the beginning of the year, but not now.
No, but there's been some trauma there.
Yeah.
That's put you off.
Yeah.
Because I'm tuning in to that, I'm feeling that, because you're very, what I call, super sensitive.
I get a feeling that you're all alone. You're a single parent. And I sense that there's a feeling that perhaps, you know, you feel a little bit lonely bringing a child up by yourself.
Yeah.
And it's nice to feel that there is perhaps somebody around you, and at the same time it gives you the shudders. You know,
With Craig and Jane so close to the truth, Hayley finally reveals the recent passing of her partner.
Ross actually passed away at the end of last November.
Right.
But he was very spiritual and definitely believed in like afterlife, life after death.
this is your partner.
Yes.
With more information from Hayley about Ross's death, Craig's sensory skills finally tune into his spirit.
I felt he could be a bit of a rough diamond, I have to say, in some respects. That he'd always getting his foot into things he shouldn't have got his foot into, and would mix with people that might have had a few stolen cars or things like that around. And you know, he doesn't get directly involved himself, but the sort of people around him tend to be a little bit dodgy people sometimes. You know?
Was there drugs around him?
Yeah, a lot, yeah.
Yeah, because I've got drugs. Now I know why the spirit was going tablet.
But it's the drugs that took him at the end, was it?
Yeah.
Because he's...
That's what the spirit was trying to say, because they're talking
like
about
a crash in
drugs.
the head.
Despite having focused on past traumas, Craig assures Hayley she is being protected from the spirit side.
Do you think any negative spirit could get into this place if Ross was around?
No, definitely not.
Definitely not, would they? I mean, if anybody's a protector, he can be. And combined with the loving spirit of Bill that came through for your son, that's what your son saw.
Wow.
I think you're surrounded by protection and love.
With the reading over, Hayley voices her thoughts.
Yeah, it was really interesting. Some of the things they said I could really relate to, especially about my granddad's name, and just my personality.
Bill came through first, the grandfather, as if to prepare the ground, and then the really emotional information could come through. Ross could come through a little bit later.
The good thing is that there's definitely no spooky ghost or poltergeist here, which will help me sleep more at night now. But I just find comfort in the fact that they did pick up on a spirit, and it's just here to protect me. And so there's nothing to be scared of, really.
I think there's still work to be done in her spiritual life for her.
We've given her peace.
But we've given her a start.
Yeah. Should we have a nice cup of tea now?
That might be a nice idea.